I started playing the clarinet in the second grade, although not very seriously. I picked the clarinet because my grandfather loved Benny Goodman and it was always on the radio around the house. And I loved the sound of it. My name is Jessica Phillips and I am acting principal in the Metropolitan Opera Orchestra in New York City. My grandfather came to almost every single performance that I ever played in. I was a member of the Greater Boston Youth Symphony Orchestra, and we played in Symphony Hall and Jordan Hall. It was an incredible youth orchestra and training orchestra for my professional career. And he lived long enough to know that I had started subbing at the Met, and he was ecstatic. So yeah, he definitely was around throughout my life and my training for my musical career. He's definitely watching now with a big smile on his face. I went to Barnard College in New York City and I was a political science major and a music minor. I definitely took a very different path than most musicians. I loved Barnard and I really loved being in New York City. I went to concerts and met a lot of other musicians and was so inspired in the city. I remember going to the Met my very first time. Pavarotti was singing, and it was just this overwhelming experience that there was just nothing else I could possibly do with my life but music. And I think everybody has discouraging moments, and I definitely don't recommend to everybody what I did. I think it was a very circuitous path. But I think you have to be true to yourself and know what you want. And once you do, then you got to turn that discouragement into determination. I have had so many people along the way who were mentors or friends or just right there when I needed them. One of the first ones was Todd Levy. He gave me some of my very first gigs in the city. David Weber was an incredible mentor to me. Of course, Ricardo. One of the most recent mentors, and I've told him this, but David McGill, who is the former principal bassoonist of the Chicago Symphony, was an amazing mentor to me through his book, Sound in Motion. And I read that right before I went to play principal with the Chicago Symphony last May for a few weeks. And meeting David and playing in that orchestra was an incredible experience to me. So in some ways, he was a mentor to me as well. So many people along the way that were really integral. I think one of the things about my approach to the clarinet and the teachers that I studied with was that I had a lot of different kinds of clarinets. So I've played on Buffet, I've played on Selmer, I've played on LeBlanc, and meeting Maury and working on clarinets with him was really like coming home. To me, it was what I wanted to produce, and the instruments that he makes are the extension of how I want to create my sound and my color and my character, my voice. I think I would tell anybody starting out to remember that scales are the fundamental element of all music. So practice your scales, but also listen to music, and you have to love it to do it.
Is love an extension of passion?
Love is an extension of passion, determination, fierceness, time. You have to be independent. You have to want it. There are many days where a bad read or something happens and I'm frustrated or annoyed. And then the moment I sit in the chair and the music starts, there's nothing else that I would rather be doing.